In this video, I'm showing you the best LinkedIn content strategy to grow your audience, authority, and your personal brand in 2024. You'll also learn why the TOFU, MOFU, BOFU content strategy doesn't work and how to create a content strategy that actually attracts clients. So let's get into it. So I've been creating content since 2011. I've run countless experiments. I've tried it all. I've made over 3,000 videos and thousands of text posts on a variety of platforms. So I've created a lot of content and I've learned a lot about content strategy. Now I've found the perfect content strategy for driving sales and attracting clients. I've driven millions of views, thousands of sales, and this is the content strategy that you shouldn't use. So this is the content strategy that LinkedIn gurus are currently preaching. They're preaching TOFU, MOFU, BOFU, which stands for top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. This is how they approach top of funnel. Top of funnel is generally broad content and personal stories, stuff that can reach a broad audience and reach as many people as possible. For example, posts about imposter syndrome, posts about how LinkedIn is great, posts about your new job, and achievement posts, milestone posts. These posts do really, really well on LinkedIn, and personal stories like posts about your dog, your kids, all that sort of stuff. Those can get a lot of reach on LinkedIn if you write them well. However, we're going to talk about why you shouldn't do that in a second, but let's get through the other layers of the funnel explained. So middle of funnel will generally be educational content, so expertise and authority content. This will attract people who are actually interested in your services and products and showcase your expertise and knowledge through tutorials, case studies, and lessons, basically just sharing your knowledge. Then we've got BOFU, which is bottom of the funnel content. This is when you're actually trying to make the sale. So top of funnel is attraction, middle of funnel is trust building, and then bottom of funnel is conversion. So here is where you got your sales content, your offer content, where you got your proof, your testimonials, and case studies. That type of content is great for driving sales. So the goal of this content is to attract leads and prove you can help potential clients. But here's why you shouldn't use TOFU, MOFU, BOFU if you want to actually attract clients. The biggest problem with this content strategy is the top of funnel content, because when you follow this strategy in the way that a lot of LinkedIn gurus teach, you're reaching a broad audience that doesn't care about what you have to offer. So then you build a bloated following base of people who don't care about your content, except for your broad, unrelated content. So then your only content that gets engagement and gets reach is that broad, unrelated content, which doesn't drive any business results, doesn't attract leads, and now you're chasing engagement, which is not what you want to be doing. There's no point attracting a broad audience if they're not interested in your offer. There's no point wasting time telling stories if it's unrelated to your expertise and unrelated to your offer. It really comes down to what you want. If you want more followers and likes, go with TOFU, MOFU, BOFU, because that top of funnel content is going to help you get that. If you want more clients, disregard this whole strategy and go with the strategy that I'm sharing in this video, which is the dominating authority strategy, which makes a whole lot more sense when it comes to building a content strategy for your business. Here's how it works. Instead of top of funnel content, we start with authority content to attract our leads and clients. Now, the reason why we're going with authority content is because this content showcases your knowledge and expertise, and when you're focusing on educational content around your industry, that then reaches people who are interested in the services that you may offer, as well as people who are interested in learning about your industry. So you can attract a broad audience who has interest in what you offer. That's the whole point of making educational content that's broad enough to attract people who don't know who you are, but it attracts people who have an interest related to the service that you offer, which is super important. For example, 6 ways to get better at content strategy, 7 mistakes you're making with your content strategy, how I attract leads with my LinkedIn content strategy in 4 steps. These posts will then attract people who are interested in learning about content strategy, content marketing, creating content, which are the things that I create content on and the services that I offer. Now, authority content should make up 80% of your content strategy, especially in the beginning. Well, in the beginning, really all your content should be authority content with a little bit of personal content as well to build that personal brand. But really, in the beginning of your LinkedIn profile, you just want to grow. So you want to grow, but you also want to grow while attracting people who are interested in your services or will be interested in your services at some point, or are interested in the content that you make and will be interested in your services at some point. Most of your content should be made to bring people into your ecosystem. The great thing about authority content is it attracts leads, it builds trust, and it showcases your expertise at the same time. So the more content that you put out, the more people will trust you and believe what you have to say and realize that you're someone who knows what they're talking about. If you follow this strategy, you'll have a better strategy than 99% of people on LinkedIn. In addition to this, I'm giving you something extra. You can create 2 months of LinkedIn content with my free 74 LinkedIn post ideas and hooks with examples. Scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link in the description to download these now. You've got nothing to lose except for the opportunity to download this PDF because it won't be free and available forever. Download it now. Then we've got personal content. So personal content are personal stories that tie back to your expertise. It's not like what the LinkedIn gurus tell you to do with the top of funnel content, which are basically just broad stories that the only purpose of those are to drive engagement. These personal stories need to be linked to your services or your expertise. So for example, instead of telling a story of how your child hates eating vegetables, you tell a story of how your child hates eating vegetables, and then you relate that to how doing the work that you don't want to do actually led to success in your business or success with the thing that you offer. If it's content strategy, then doing the work that you didn't want to do improved your content strategy, that type of thing. So you relate it back to the service that you offer and the content that you create, but you also show your personality. So example for story topics will be like failures or mistakes that you've made, goals that you've achieved. This is big for me. So this is a topic for me, like procrastination, productivity. These are just broad topics that pretty much anyone can use, but procrastination pretty much works in every industry as well as productivity. So it's something that all people care about, procrastinating and productivity. And here are some example posts. So 7 lessons I learned from 13 years on YouTube, how I got my first 1 million views on YouTube, or I made $0 on YouTube in my first year. This is what I'd do if I started again. So it's really focused on your experience, and then you're sharing a lesson from that experience. That's a great way to do it. You could also create, as I said before, you could pick from a story that's completely unrelated and then relate it back to what you do. But really, that is reserved for people who are good copywriters. So if you're not a good copywriter, just focus on lessons that you've learned in your industry from your business, stories from your work, and share the lessons from those stories. But then as you get better at writing, or if you hire a good ghostwriter, then you can relate your stories to your work, your business, and your offer as well. If you want to hire a LinkedIn ghostwriter, I am offering my LinkedIn ghostwriting services. Link down below to book a free strategy session where we can talk about what you need and see if we can work together. But your personal content should make up like 10% of your content strategy. So you want to show personality, but it's not as important as showing that you know what you're talking about and building that authority. The last piece of the puzzle is proof content. Now, this is content that shows proof of your work or knowledge. This is very similar to bottom of the funnel content. These will be case studies, testimonials, stories that prove that you know what you're talking about, but make sure that you're including social proof and actual stats from things that you've actually achieved. The whole purpose of proof content is to prove to your clients that you can help them. So prove to leads that you can help them so that they get in touch with you, or so that they trust you enough to listen to you when you get in touch with them. Examples will be, as I said, testimonials, case studies, stories. And the way that you can frame that is like how I helped a client get this outcome in however amount of time. So how I helped this e-commerce brand get 200% more organic traffic in 6 months. So this would work really, really great if you're like an SEO founder. Or how I gained 400% more organic traffic in 7 months using SEO. There you go. So it's sharing the case studies of clients, sharing the case studies of yourself, sharing testimonials that clients are giving you, and sharing stories that prove your expertise. 3 types of content you need: authority, personal, and proof. And this is the dominating authority content strategy framework. With this dominating authority content strategy framework, you'll build authority and attract clients, you'll show your personal and professional story, and you'll show proof that you can help clients get results. And here's a bonus tip. Most people fail with content marketing on any platform, especially on LinkedIn, because they focus on selling. Every single post is sell, sell, sell. It's, hey, check out this link. Hey, buy this from me. Hey, care about me. But no one cares. Yeah, no one cares until you make them care. You've got to make them care before you start selling. Most people forget about all the other content types. So they're not giving educational content, they're not helping, they're not sharing their story. And if they are sharing their story, it's all about me. It's not about how my story can help you get you what you want, which is what your story should be doing. Don't be most people. Instead, you should be focusing on helping, focusing on educating, and focusing on proving your offer, proving that you can help clients get what you promised them you can help them get. If you got any questions or any other tutorials you want me to make, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.